What's up, guys? Today we're going to be checking out the new Flipper Remastered Collection. It's the same original game that we all know and love, but this one's graphics have had a massive overhaul, and it also comes with all of the original DLC. Now, I don't need to disclose this because it's not a sponsored video, but the developers were kind enough to provide me with a key, so big shouts out to Chris over at Frozen District. Thank you very much for doing that. All right, that's enough lollygagging. Let's get right into it. We've got classic mode or free play. Classic says you start with no funds and must unlock all the skills, tools, and jobs on your own. We've been there, done that before, so I'm gonna go ahead and choose free play, and we'll get right down to business. There's an eagle. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Dude, I didn't even say anything else. I guess I wasn't kidding about getting right down to business. As soon as we spawned in, I just started pulling weeds. It's all I know. It is all I know how to do. But here we are, ladies and gents, back to humble, very, very humble beginnings. Now, since we have already played through all of the original game, and I think most of the DLCs, we might experience a little bit of deja vu today, but I'm here for it, and I'm ready for the nostalgia. I already know someone's gonna say, Toogii, you could have just mowed right over the weeds. You don't have to pick them. The mower will take care of it. I know, it's just procedure. It's forever ingrained into my mind that that's just how we have to do it. We're already supposed to check out the laptop? Ooh, okay, Pets DLC. Farm DLC, like I said before, all of those are sort of pre-baked into this version. This is crazy. You know what? I was wondering how they were going to go about doing this. Like incorporating all those DLC into one pack, essentially. This is pretty cool. We got Moonrise Bay, Sunset Bay, South Levyville, North Levyville. I don't remember those names, but I'm sure that's just part of the original. Winter Hills, plural, Flipperburg, Cozy Village, Heart Valley, and Maple Bloom Village. That's probably like the farm DLC area. I don't even know where to start. You know what? Let's not start here. What we should be doing is cleaning up our tiny little property here first, and then we can start helping some other people out. Oh yeah, tools too. Okay, so we have two different, like, radial menus here. I remember all of these things. I don't remember top-down view at all. This is new. It's a bit more like The Sims. I would have never even thought to do this. Okay, I kind of dig it. Now, normally, I'm not, like, a big, advocate for top-down games. Personally, I gotta admit, I do sort of like the first-person experience, but this is definitely cool. Should we just sell? We should just sell everything, right? And start fresh. I mean, half the stuff in this starting spot is broken. We've got a radiator slot there. We'll just get rid of that. Get rid of the chair. All the tools. Just put the laptop on the ground. That'll work. We've been here and done all this before. I don't want to sound too cocky, but I think we know what we're doing. We can even take photos in top-down view. Okay, that is really sick, but we only have 200. I mean, that's a lot, but something to keep in mind for sure. We can change roofs now too. Okay, hang on. What else we got in here? There's a camera? Brother, they thought of everything. Thumbnails are going to be so much easier now. Got the grappling hook. Does it still work, though? Probably can't grapple over to the neighbor's place. Yeah, roof's not really high enough for us to be able to use this. There we go. Okay, that worked. I love the grappling tool. Still got the drone. UV flashlight. Interesting. I don't remember that from before at all. Do we still have the normal flashlight? I think so. Honestly, the graphics are so good, we don't really even need it anymore, I don't think. What else do we have in here? garden hose, axe, lawnmower, of course, brush cutter, hoe, chainsaw, shovel, and then there's one more radial. What the heck is this? I don't even know what that was. One more radial here that we haven't gone through. Oh, it's a paint gun. Okay. House building. So we can now build a house from scratch if we want to. Pretty sick. Tiling and paneling, demolition, the sledgehammer, handy dandy sledgehammer, as I used to always refer to it as. Sell objects, that's more of the same. Painting. Item duplicator is new, and item modifier also new. What's the modifier do? Modify item. Oh, cool. Nice, we can sell it from here as well. And then the duplicator, obviously, it's just going to duplicate stuff. Apparently, we can't duplicate the door. Can't duplicate any of that either. Oh, there's a cobweb up in the corner. All right. First things first. Now that we know what we're up against here, we're going to break out the old mop, get everything cleaned up. We don't have flipper vision like we had in House Flipper 2. Now we're back to using our more traditional mini-map. And I honestly have missed that feature. House Flipper 2, great game, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong, not knocking that whatsoever. But it seemed like, you know, when I started playing through that game as well, the general sort of consensus was that people preferred the original game, which I'm sure is why Frozen District went through all of the effort to sort of revamp this one. So far, so good. It does definitely look a heck of a lot better. And again, so far, we're like just getting into it, but haven't experienced any of the weird graphical issues that I saw with the original game. So I'm liking that. Like every now and then the screen would sort of shudder or judder. I don't know what the right word for that is. But it never felt fully polished to me. This is feeling much, much more polished. Also, I'm playing on ultra high graphics across the board, 1440p. It's doing great. I don't know what our FPS is, but it's doing phenomenal. All right, anything else? I guess I should probably just go ahead and sell these too. Don't need that towel warmer. I'll keep that, I guess. We'll find a new spot for all of this stuff, all in due time. Or we'll just end up selling this property as a bare shell. Now that we have all of that done, I would mow the lawn normally. I'm not gonna spend the extra time to do that rap meow. So let's check out North Levyville first, I think. Sarah Lewis, ex-boyfriend, stole the radiator from my house. A classic tale. Sarah's ex-boyfriend pulled off the most bizarre breakup move. He broke into her house and stole the radiator. Yes, the radiator. Now her home is freezing and she needs your help to bring back the warmth. It's time to fix the damage and help Sarah move on, preferably in a house that's not ice cold. We'll go ahead and accept that job, and we'll head there now. Hey, not too much has changed, though. I still read at a 3rd grade level. So we have that to look forward to as well, which is nice.
I can't believe he would straight up walk into my house and steal a radiator. A radiator, of all the things. How did he even lift it up?
Was not expecting
This
this.
is jab at me for being cold. Please take care of this. I need the heating back on ASAP.
It's so hard for me, too, because, like, obviously, House Flipper 2 is what I played more recently. It's been a long time since we played the original game. So I'm probably going to have trouble remembering what was part of which game, but that, to me, seems like something that was sort of yoinked from House Flipper 2 and chucked into this game. I like it. I'm here for the voice acting, too. I thought that was pretty nice. This is sounding more and more like a sponsored video. I can assure you it is not. Legally, I would have to disclose that. Okay, well, she didn't ask us to do any of that, but kind of felt obligated, not gonna lie. Also, I don't think that we're even gonna get paid extra for having tackled that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Really, the only thing she hired us to do, tablecloths and tableware. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Cool, cool, cool. But the only thing that she's asked us to do is basically just clean up the house after her ex-boyfriend sort of vandalized it and reinstall a brand spanking new radiator. Oh, use tool duplicator. Oh, so this is how we would have unlocked this tool. That's cool that we get to, you know, unlock that thing pretty early in the game, I would say. What does it want us to duplicate, though? It just wanted us to grab the tool. Okay. Oh, not the lawnmower. That's not what we want to be doing in here. What's this other tool? The item modifier. Okay, we've already sort of taken a quick peek at that one, I guess. We'll put that in the back pocket. I think that's all the trash cleaned up. So now we've got to grab our handy dandy mop again. And just eyes glued to the mini map. You don't even really have to look at all the schmutz. You just sort of go until all the little splotches on the mini map disappear. At least that's how I've always done it. There it is. Done deal. Okay, we just have to mount a radiator in here. Maybe that's why we wanted the duplicator. Cannot duplicate, never mind. Let's open up our tablets. And we're going to be mounting a radiator in here. Did she want a large one? Just says radiator, so I'm just going with the one that says radiator. $44 bills. We now have a tablet at our disposal. Yes, sir. I intentionally left all the like tooltips on and in-game messages and whatnot, just in case there's something that I forgot how to do, which is a possibility, 100%. Anything else in here? Everything's done. Okay, just because I'm a nice guy, I'm also gonna move this right yonder. And then let's straighten out this table a little bit. And I think that's it. All in a day's work. Only took us 8 minutes and I mowed her lawn. We're getting paid 1,100 buckaroonies for completing that. Yes, I am sure. Ooh, and we get some before and after photos too. From the outside with the lawn mowed. Did a lot. That did a lot. That's our first job now taken care of. Good one to get our feet wet with, I think. You know, the classic case of the ex stealing the radiator. You just can't beat it. Well, you could, but that would be weird. Little too easy, I think, from that one. So let's switch it up a little bit. We'll check out what we've got going on over here in Heart Valley. I don't remember that name from any of the DLC. And I don't remember any of these houses either. Oh, you know what? It's very possible that this is the one DLC that I didn't ever get around to. So all the more reason for us to check it out now, I think. Greenhaven. Let's start from the top. Chapters of Love. Mr. Charles Cooper. It says, after 50 happy years together, Charles and Olivia decided it was time for a change. They're finally ready for a well-earned retirement in a cozy home, far from the city noise. But their new house, with its big garden, needs serious renovation. Create a warm, inviting space where they can relax with their loyal dog, Barney, and enjoy the peace. Cutscene?
We met back in school and have been
Yes, sir.
inseparable ever since. Got married after graduation, raised kids, and had our share of adventures. 50 years is a long time, but it's never too late for a fresh start. We decided to move somewhere peaceful, away from the city noise. We bought a house with a garden on the outskirts.
That koi
It's in
pond.
rough shape.
Koi ponds.
The roof's
My
old
bad.
and leaky. We better take care of that sooner rather than later. But the garden needs care, and we want to plant new flowers. Oh, and one more thing. Our good old pal Barney will need a comfy spot to rest.
Barney.
Hey, while you fix
I
up
hope
our
we get
nest,
to meet him.
we'll be off seeing a bit of the world. Have fun.
I suppose if they hired a contractor like us to come in and help them out with some things, they probably took Barney with them. So maybe we won't get to meet him after all, but here we are. All right, new tool. Now we can paint walls, which we could do before because we did free play, right? Not the other one, not the classic mode. But I gotta get a closer look at these koi ponds. Or I guess fish pond. They don't all look like koi fish. We're not gonna pour the water out, even though that was the only option for us when we were hovering over it. I thought there were 2 more. Maybe they're over here? It's not super important. We've all seen koi pond before, right? But here we go. Those are it. That's nice. That is nice. Okay, squirrel brain is in full effect today. So what we need is the grappling hook. I think we're gonna start up here on the roof. And we'll see what we can do here. Uh-oh. Oh no. Please, not like this. There we go. Fix damaged roof. Easy. Oh, dude, piece of cake. Cannot do it while holding something in my hands. We'll be fine. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. I feel like that's maybe not supposed to pop up. Okay. Probably not going to be able to jump over to that other roof, so that's where the grappling hook comes in once again. And it looks like we just have these 2 other spots here to patch up. And then I think there's another one, 2 more actually over there. We haven't been up to the main roof yet. I didn't see anything there, but we'll check it out. Get this one all taken care of. There it is. All right. Ooh. We're looking good apart from falling off the roof, but I'm a professional and somehow didn't break my legs. So we're chilling. Yep. Roof finished. Now that we have that done, I know we're going to be doing a lot of gardening here, but they did have a few things on the inside that they wanted us to take care of for them. So that's what we're going to check out next. Now they just bought this house, but surely it didn't come trash like this, right? I'm so bad about like reading through the whole storyline that's provided before we start the job and actually retaining any of that information. And then even with the oh, this is cool, little aquarium. Even with the cutscenes too, it's seriously just in one ear and out the other. I've always been really bad at that. I'm sure if any of you have watched the original playthrough on the first game, on the original game, I should say, you're no stranger to that. You probably already know. Okay, trash first though, as per usual. Let's see what we've got going on in here. Wow, okay, lots of trash. This property is also a lot larger than it looked on the outside, even when we were on the roof. Was not expecting it to be this vast in here. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah, we can do the larger selection of things. That helps out a ton. It's probably a skill that you can unlock over time, I would imagine. Some chips up there, some trash down there. All right. Kitchen looking good. Doesn't take too long to get all this stuff cleaned up, but what about those? Roller skates are staying. That's either his skates or maybe his wife's. Anything else on the table? Yeah, a couple more plates. Some old things to chip dip. I like that wine rack too, that's cool. Okay, one more plate there. Oh yeah, dude, the mini map. What am I doing? You'd think this is my first time or something. I definitely see something else. That plate. Got him. All right, let's keep making our rounds here. The walls are just filthy too. Pallet, that's gotta go. Okay, we'll go scope out that room next. We've got another disaster room over here. Make the bed for him real quick. Somebody was having a little midnight snack. I'm no stranger to that myself. when you're hungry, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? A little bit more trash under there. Something else in this back corner. More soda bottles or something. Okay, what about this? Bathroom. Always gross in these, generally. This one's actually not that bad. Okay, nothing else. Something maybe in this corner, a little plastic bag. All right, bathroom done for now. We'll have to come through and get everything mopped up, cleaned up. But it's nice to get all the like big junk trash out of the way first, I think. Okay, that's staying. Cups are going. A and J. See, I don't even remember these people's names. That very well could be their initials, and maybe they've already started to move a lot of their stuff into this place. But I just can't remember. I think it's time we head upstairs. It's kind of an interesting little staircase. Can't say I've ever seen like a curved staircase in a square corner of a room before. Usually they only do that if the wall is curved. But now I've seen it all. Okay, cards are considered trash. I think that was just some chittle. It's the proper terminology for Cheeto dust, if you didn't know. Now you know. Got some guitars hung up on the wall here. Maybe our boy's a bit of a musician. Or his wife could be as well. Another bottle of wine right there. Any other large trash things? Yep. Where you'd least expect it, too, behind the couch. Nothing over there, but he's got some serious speakers going on in this room. He or his wife either play or they're just big fans of music. This seems like the music room for sure. It's got a nice little balcony and a bar in here. Okay, well, I think that's all the major pieces of trash now cleaned up. So we need our handy dandy mop. And we're just going to get right down to it. Once again, keeping our eyes here on the mini-map. Going around getting everything nice and clean for them. And then we're supposed to be selling a whole bunch of stuff in this house as well. So we'll be looking into that as soon as we finish this up. All right, now that we've got everything looking clean, we're going to start back here in this bedroom. And it looks like we're just going to have to sell a whole bunch of stuff from in here. They're gonna try to make it, you know, more their own. So the peacock thing, I guess they're not big peacock fans. They probably want all their own like paintings and whatnot as well. Shoot, they might not even be music people. That whole upstairs area might be stuff that was just left from the previous owners. All right, now we just have to buy a few things. So let's see what we're looking at here. A little mirror. I say little, it's rather large. We'll hide the safe behind the mirror. I think that's a good spot for that. And then armchair. Yikes, it's kind of tight in here already. We could put this armchair over here, though. It does seem kind of weird to have a fan in between the two chairs. I feel like a table there would be better. So let's try maybe putting the fan here. If they're anything like me, they're just using that for background noise while they sleep, right? They probably don't want it pointed at them at all. Or maybe they do. Who's to say? And a big old area rug. Doesn't seem like it wants it just anywhere. Oh, it's intersecting the door. That's why we can't put it over there. Gotcha. Let's go right there. Would it be better in the center of the room? We'll give that a shot. Or at least try to get it close. No, I think it's actually better over there. Okay, bedroom number 1, done. I really like this floor, too. I wonder if that's a new texture. In here, we're going to be selling quite a few things as well. Paintings, lamps, clocks, a couple of smaller decorations. Well, I guess that settles that. Their initials are not A and J. You guys probably already figured that out when I said it initially, but That's all right. Ooh, somebody's old trophy. Wish we could take that home with us. Some little succulents on the desk. Didn't even notice those before. I was so focused on cleaning up all the dirt and debris. Is this just gonna be an empty room? No, we're buying something. And then we need to sell one of these windows? Is this gonna be, oh, both of them. This is gonna be their new garage. Weird spot for it, since there's not a driveway back here. Well, there's one on the other side. I guess I was thinking they were gonna replace the windows with garage doors, but the doors are probably gonna go here, no? Only one way to find out. That's to get them installed. Yep, okay. That makes so much more sense. Is this something we want to do from the outside, though? Or does it matter? Usually there's like a inside... Ooh. There's like a inside-outside kind of thing. Can we flip it now? We cannot. All right, we got to sell that. And, oh, that's going to make it really hard, though. Hang on. I have a plan. Don't worry. What if we do this? There it is. And hopefully it saves the rotation when we face the wall again. Nice. Good deal. Okay, on to the next. That's a very, very minor problem, but I made it a big deal. Oh, what the heck is that? There's a grid. Placing lights in the ceiling just got a whole heck of a lot easier. Holy cow. Okay, that just pretend that maybe... Are we selling this? We are, in fact, selling that. Okay, good. Good deal. That was the old carports. Now they're upgrading to a proper garage, though, which I love to see. And 2 windows. It's going to give us the location for both of those. And then they'd like a slightly larger one just in between those two. I think that looks nice. We're going to be painting the walls a nice gray beige, and then laying a pretty cool looking floor tile down in here. So this is where we would take it from corner to corner, right? The old school way. That's what I'm talking about. I think I'll leave the concrete edge there. I think that actually looks pretty good. Well, no, I might get rid of it just on the inside since you can't see it from the outside. You know what I mean? Yeah. That looks better. Okay. And then gray beige for the walls. We're supposed to buy some other stuff in here as well. Light switch, that's just gonna go right next to the door. And then it's not the light that I would have chosen for this space, but it's the light that they want, so we'll send it for them. God, having this grid though is so handy. Okay, I'm thinking like this. And then we'll do the same thing pretty much just down a little bit further. It seems like a good spread. They might be better a little bit closer too. Let's try this. Slightly better. I really wanted to try the paint gun. Where the heck did that go? Oh, you know what? I bet it's for exterior use only. So unfortunately, we are still stuck with the paint roller here. But thankfully, all of our skills are maxed out, so it won't take us too terribly long. This whole time I've been thinking to myself, why don't I just use the scroll wheel to expand our roller and make it super big? That's not part of this game. That is for sure from House Flipper 2. But now that we're done with the paint, we can sell that thing off. And then the very last thing that we have to do in this room is put up a shelf. I'm gonna put it over here. Whoops, rotate around that way. Since there's not really any space on this side of that other garage door, I think that'll just work a little bit better. All right, lights are already on. Another thing, I have eco lighting turned off. So when that's on and you go into a different room, the lights in that room would then shut off. When you go back in, they turn back on. I have that disabled because I was just curious to see if my PC could hang. It's hanging. There isn't anything for us to do there in that bathroom, so we're gonna get out the old sell tool yet again and start selling off all of the previous owner's belongings. I know I've said this before, but normally people take their stuff with them. It's not often that you buy a home fully furnished. It does happen, but typically if someone's moving house, they're gonna take all their stuff and move it into their new house. So it does seem a little strange, but it's not unheard of. We're selling the light fixtures in here too? Holy cow. How did I miss this DLC? Also, if you know what DLC this job specifically is from, let me know down in the comments, because I haven't the slightest clue. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, a little bit of demolition. Let's see if I remember how to do this. There we go, nice and simple. So we're gonna be putting a full-size wall back in here. Take care of that real quick before we get the sledgehammer out for a bit more destruction. We're taking out that. Make sure we get the top and bottom as well. All the way around to, looks like to here. Yep, okay. See, and I remember this activity really lagging the game down bad in the original. Didn't happen during that whatsoever. So, big fan of that change for sure. Let's get rid of that. Everything? That's one thing I would love to see is like, instead of sell, insert list of items here, just, if it's everything, just say sell everything. You know? That'd make it so much easier. I don't know what the heck that was, but it was stuck in the window. Shelf with spices. We probably launched that into oblivion when we were demolishing the walls. Did it go outside? It's not on the mini-map. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not good. Because we kind of need to sell that thing in order to continue. I'm not seeing it anywhere. I thought maybe it would have gotten like embedded into one of these other walls when we were using the sledgehammer. We'll just try to carry on without it for the time being. Hang on a second. I might have found a workaround. So they want us to sell this spice rack, right? Or spice shelf, I guess. But they also want us to buy a new one. So I'm thinking, what if we put in the new one and then sell the new one? No, because that original one is still out there somewhere. Dude, it might even be in the floor, like embedded into the floor. I have no idea. Surely it's not in like the new wall that we had just built. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna try to forget about it and move on. I'm certainly not gonna try to take all of the credit for this because surely I'm not alone, but my biggest complaint with the original game, and I think with House Flipper 2, if I remember correctly, was there was never any sort of like ghost outline like this for kitchen cabinetry. They'd always like tell you specifically which cabinets they wanted you to purchase, but they would never show you where they wanted them. So it was always just sort of up to you to try to get the best configuration out of the cabinetry that they wanted. And sometimes that really sucked, you know? Like some days, even like today, when my brain's just not really fully ripping, you know, it's not chooching. This is nice. It takes out all the guesswork and just makes it so much more simple. So devs, thank you. I really like this feature. This might even be one of those things that everyone else is gonna overlook and not really think too much about. But for me, kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal, not gonna lie. See, I wouldn't have done it like this either, because this feels... Now it sounds like I'm complaining. But this kitchen feels too tight now. It feels too cramped now. If it were me, I think I would have tried to bring these cabinets out a little bit, like maybe out to here instead, so it's not so crowded feeling, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And then what about uppers? They're not going to show us where the uppers go, but there is only one corner in this kitchen. So, I mean, it's got to go over here, right? The height has always been difficult for me to try to figure out as well. Did they want 2 of those? No, probably not. Okay, so let's, whoops, didn't mean to sell all of them. Let's try to split the difference there. And we'll use the alignment grid. That way we can get all the cabinets the same distance away from the countertop. That looks good. I think that's plenty of counter space still. And then this one, we'll try to squeeze it over here. It seems like it's gonna go on top of that door frame, which I don't love. That'll work though. That will work. Refrigerator's going over here. Unless they had another, whoops. Unless they had another spot for it. I don't think so. Are we keeping this kitchen window? It's looking like we're gonna be keeping that. Okay, this just looks a little odd. Hanging right there in front of the window like that. But where else would the range hood go? It has to go above the range, and they told us that they wanted it there. So I'm gonna let that ride too. We'll call that good. Looks like a lot of the rest of the stuff is very small, decorative bits. So I'll just knock that out real quick. Like, we do have a large L-shaped sofa in brown. Let's see if we can squeeze that back in here. I think that's going to be the best spot for it. And then coffee table. Okay, I thought that was a new kitchen table. So we're just going to be adding chairs around the existing table. And yeah, just smaller decorative things, but I think that'll be about it for this room, at least. We've got a ways to go yet. We got a ways to go yet.
1 hour later.
I'll tell you guys what, all the work that we were putting in on this kitchen had me feeling hungry. So I went ahead and took my lunch break, feeling much, much better now. But I made sure to tackle all the wall coverings in this next room. So now, let's see what we have left to do in here. A couple of things we're gonna hang up on the walls, but there are a few larger items. So let's start with this aquarium. I'm thinking right up alongside the staircase. Might look kind of good. It does seem like there's a front to this. We want the drawers facing out. Oh, wait. There's a little gray ghost outline, as I call them, right back yonder. So that takes out the guesswork. I'm happy to see that. What about the couch? Same thing? Same deal. You really can't screw it up. Now, these 2 rugs, on the other hand, though, are very easy to get wrong without that little ghost outline. I think we did okay. But that's this room now finished up. We've already done the garage, that bedroom back in there. So I think it's about time we head upstairs to see what we have left to do up here. Are we selling all of it? It's looking like we're selling all of it. Okay, so it turns out these people, the new owners, are most likely not music people. At least maybe they're not as big of fans of music as the previous owners were. All right, that's it. Next, we're going to be buying... There was a door here. Let's do that first, probably. And that's going to go right back here. They do know that there's a roof on the other side of this, right? Swing and a miss. I'm doing something wrong. We had to sell the roof. We're doing a rooftop. Where's my? There it is. Doing a rooftop sort of something rather up here. That's kind of cool. Good use of space, I suppose. And then we're going to be doing some floor tiles out here. Here's the fence. Let's tackle that. Ooh, this is nice. Glass? Or just railing? I think it's just a railing. It's kind of hard to see the outline here. I think we have to go all the way to this corner. We'll place another one all the way to here, and then one more, bringing it back to the brick. Yeah, it looks like it's just railing. There's no glass in between there at all, but it's a good look. Gotta admit, I do like the way that this is all taking shape here. Now we're gonna go from corner to corner as we do. Get that floor knocked out. That's looking nice. What is this? Greenhouse? I'm sorry, what? Is this gonna be a greenhouse? It sure is. You bet your sweet bippy it's gonna be a greenhouse. Okay. This might take me a little while because I don't want to place one incorrectly like that. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
It's a terrace. That's the word that I was looking for. So at first I thought that we were gonna have to just pretend that these glass panes up here were self-supporting, but then we had to put in these steel beams, which is much more believable, I would say. But good looking spot out there. So let's head on back in. And we're gonna do floor panels, wall panels. Oh, we don't have to do too many more wall panels. So let's tackle that first. We'll just plop down a couple of these guys. And there's already some there. So let's maybe bring it out this direction. I had some unused panels from the main floor, I guess just in my back pocket. So had to place those down first. Let's get one more here on this corner. I was gonna say I might wrap it around, but maybe not. We're at 30 out of 55. We could do the stairwell. I'm assuming that counts toward the overall room. It does. Yeah, this'll work. All the way into this back corner, we're gonna have to get some more panels. Did I actually buy the right amount for once? Okay, that's 47 out of 55. Just do that whole wall. 52? I wonder how it would look if we tried to, like, frame this door out in the same wood panel. That does count. We're gonna have to bring it over one more, though, to get 55 out of 55, so that works for me. There's probably a better way to do that, but it's all good. All right, moving on to the floor next. A very light colored floor for in here. We'll do this spot first. Go from this corner to almost that other corner. And then from here to just in front of the steps. So basically same wood paneling that we used on the wall, a floor down. We're now just using that on the floor, I guess. And then we're gonna be painting the walls white. Nice and simple. Oh no. We're supposed to paint the ceiling white, not the walls. I might have a hard time finding this orange color. But I will start painting this ceiling. Isn't there a faster way to do this? Scroll to change mode. There it is. Okay, I was scrolling the wrong direction. That's better. Now I just need to fix my little mistake here. The wall cover is giving Spanish orange. Or maybe it's... Oh, that almost looks too bright. Maybe it's terracotta. Way too bright. Way too bright. That's like high-vis orange. Let's try burnt terracotta. That seems a little bit closer, maybe. Too dark. Okay, so we had too bright, we had too dark. Maybe it's intense rust. Gotta find that sweet spot. Please be it. That's not it either. Does this paint color exist? Or burnt brick seems too dark too. I don't believe that the new tool, the item duplicator, yeah, I don't think that'll pull the color for us, unfortunately. Item modifier, that won't do it either. Oh, we have to build up some new walls in here too. Probably should have done that before I even thought about the wood paneling. Dry wine? Too red. I'm gonna find it. Maybe. Antique red? Also too red. It's an orange. Maybe it is coyote brown. It is. All right. No, it's not. I don't know if I don't know if that's going to show up very well on camera. Those are two very close, but yet very far colors. Unfortunately, I think that's about as close as we're going to get, though. Like, there are no other colors for us to try. I'll just have to let the homeowners know I did the best I could, you know? If we have to wall off this room to make a smaller room in here, there's a chance that they'll tell us what color that actually is. Because I would imagine we'd have to match it. I think it would look really weird if we just left a bright white wall in the middle of this, but do that, and one right there. Okay. Lintels done. Now we're doing different... Those are the same panels. One more panel? Oh, right, because around the door just got covered up. Okay, okay, let me think about this. I'm just gonna cover the rest of this wall with the wood paneling. And hopefully that's cool. I did this all wrong. I'm pretty sure what we were supposed to do is build these walls first and then use the wood paneling that we did back here on those walls, inside and out, and then just leave all the like terracotta color walls as they were. But there is no turning back now. We're just gonna get the space decorated and call it a day, at least for the inside. We still have quite a bit of work to do on the outside as well. There's no door. Okay, there's no door for the, oh, that's not even the bedroom? Brother! It's a bathroom. Of course, and there is a door. We just had to be in the right room to be able to pick it. Actually, we want the door to open up this way. There we go. So when we come from this direction, it'll open up right up against that other wall. All right, so this makes a little bit more sense, though. I mean, the outside walls here are gonna remain white. I mean, we could come through and do more of that paneling, I guess, if we really wanted to. But on the inside, we are gonna do some tiles. Oh no, my arch nemesis. The sink plumbing. No leaks, ladies and gents. 0 leaks, okay? I'm what you call a professional. Sometimes. Nailed it. Nailed it, dude. That's what I'm talking about. 0 leaks as predicted. Okay, we've got a jacuzzi. I don't know if you saw that. Jacuzzi over there in the corner. We've got the sink figured out now. I wanted to try to get this stuff done first before we tiled, just so I could kind of figure out where the tiling should really go. Shower plumbing, washer plumbing. What about a shower? Let's try it on this wall. And if that doesn't work for whichever shower they want us to use, we'll just move the installation to the other wall. Here we go. Left side. Did we get it right? We aren't gonna know until we finish the installation. Let's get those down. Oh yeah, no, I think we did good. I think we done did good. There it is. Okay, it feels a little cramped in here already, but if the door to the shower is there, we should have plenty, or just enough space, I should say, for a suspended toilet. What about the washer, though? These things are huge. We can put it down here. It's kind of weird. I mean, if we didn't put it here, I don't know where else it would fit. We'll get it as close to that left wall as we can. Oh, and see, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I had to do all these things, too. It's good to be back, dude. All right, that's gonna loosen her up. And then plate goes back on. We got to get all 4 of these bolts retightened. I'm sure there's a torque spec, but we're not following it because we don't have a manual. Get that put in the wall, connect the hose, tighten the collar, connect the drain, done. And just like that, after some tiling and minor decorations, the bathroom is officially complete. And I also spent a little bit of time out here in the bedroom, got all of its additional decorations figured out. They've got a nice little L-shaped desk over there in the corner. A spooky cat for some reason. And then like there's this thing. I'm starting to feel like maybe this was a like Valentine's Day inspired DLC or something. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but for this neighborhood, we'll call it, like every job was about a couple, or every job was being done for a couple, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm having a really hard time just in general today for some reason. But honestly, I kind of expected that, because we should just go outside. I'm the type of person that I don't like to do the same thing twice, or even 3 times for that matter. But I kind of had that understanding going into this that we would probably be doing a lot of the same jobs that we've already done in the original game and yada yada yada. Thankfully, this one is new. Can confirm, haven't ever done this one before. Still don't really even know what DLC it's from. I put the fountain smack dab in the center of the little plot that we're working in. I think the last thing that we really have to do is grab our shovel, dig a couple of holes real quick like, and then we just take that thing, cover it with soil, and then we've got to give her some water so she can thrive in this back corner. Did not want the tile and paneling tool. Got to do the same thing over here. They also want us to install 5 security cameras in this area, and I'm not really sure how they'd like us to do that. Because they're the kind of security cameras that have to be mounted to some sort of a surface. And the fountain doesn't check that box. We can't put it on the fence. We can't mount them to the bushes that we just dug holes for. Can't put them on the grass. So yeah, I have no idea. Maybe we'll have to put others. Oh, it wasn't even in that area. It's just in this area. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that last. They probably want us to put them on the house. I would think. But what do I know? I'm just a guy. 5 more security cameras over here. Ooh, a pool. Indoor swimming pool. Outdoors. That is a first. But we'll find a good spot for it. I don't want it too close to that door because I think they wanted some like patio furniture stuff out here too. So let's try right around this general vicinity. And then we're going to dig 10,000 holes with our shovel and place the pool. That's actually really pretty good. We had to place down 15 of these sports surface paver looking things, so I went ahead and did that, and I feel like that's probably the best spot for the sun loungers to go. But now we have these rock pavers, so I'm gonna try to just make the most organic looking path that I can with only 5 of these stepping stones back to the front door. I'll try that. Maybe one more, just for good measure, you know, just to help fill in the gaps a little bit. We've also got 6 of those little like solar lights for the garden area. And again, 5 more CCTV cameras over in this area. But we'll do that at the very, very end, I think. Wait, is that the last of the garden section? No, we still have this spot. Okay. I thought that there was more. What do we have to do over here? It's looking like an outdoor barbecue, pizza, dining area. Really nothing super crazy. A bunch of ornamental grasses again. And then a little cute little dog house. We love that. Okay, we'll start with the tent, largest thing, and then we'll do the pavers then after, I think. Let's maybe put this out over here a little further. That way we'd have plenty of space to put all those pavers down first. And now this thing will line up no problem. Beautiful. See, like even these chairs have little hearts like carved into the backrest of them. So it's got to be a Valentine's thing, right? I wanted to put the pizza oven and the grill, like up in these corners here, but the zone that we had to work in literally stops like right at the edge of these pavers. So I couldn't quite get them as close to the house as I wanted, but honestly, I think that's okay. We still have to build the doghouse. That'll be the last thing that we have to do for this area. And I don't think that this looks good either. It looks like they've got a mole or something like burrowing under their backyard here. I'm not a big fan, but I worked with what I had, you know, and unfortunately what I had were just a lot of not very good looking like dried grasses and stuff. The agave looks great. I'm a big fan of that, but not a landscape guy, clearly. Usually I just leave that up to my wife. She's got a better eye for that sort of thing for sure. A couple more bolts though here in the doghouse, and we will be home free. Oh, change the name. What was his name? Barney? Oh, we have to draw it too. This is gonna look like a child did it. B. Wait for it, wait for it. Let's go lowercase. A, that's supposed to be an A. R. N. E. Big Y to fill in the empty space over there. Look at that. Beautiful. Hopefully I spelled it the same way that the Barney's owners do. Apart from that last spot though, I think we're about done here. We've got 8,300 bucks left in the budget, but as we're like making our rounds here, I'm noticing more and more CCTV cameras are needed. So we'll just start here, and they can tell us when to stop, I suppose. Thankfully, I didn't have to do near as many as they were asking for in the beginning. It said like 30 of them. I only ended up doing 5 around back, and then I came up here and did just 4 more in the front, since, you know, otherwise they wouldn't have full coverage. But that's it. Another job well done. We're getting paid 18,000 schmackaroonies for completing that one, and now we get to see our wonderful before and after photos. Yeah, this one should be pretty good. There's the new garage. That bedroom, only bedroom in the whole house. It is a really, really large property too, for it to only have 1 bedroom. Granted, they did convert the other bedroom into that garage, so I guess that's a good enough explanation for that. We're back at the old starter shack again. It's been a weird day. It's been a really weird day, full of lots of deja vu moments for me personally, and I'm sure for a lot of you guys as well, anyone who may have seen that first House Flipper series. I gotta get my groove back, you know what I mean? I've got a lot of stuff going on outside of YouTube at the moment that I'm still trying to sort of work through. Nothing bad, trust me, nothing bad. In fact, it's all very good, but it has made it more and more difficult for me to find the time to just sit down and record a nice little episode for you guys. But on that note, if you guys did enjoy, which I hope you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.